Well, welcome back, and we're going to go through a problem, a special case problem dealing with side-side angle. All right, this one is we went through one similar to this. However, this one has A and C, and sometimes this gives students a little confused when we're going through this. And so, what we're going to do is we're going to first set this up and just try to draw it out. And what we have is a 60-degree angle. And coming out from angle A, we'll call this angle A, we have a side which is 9. All right, so this side right here is going to be 9. And from this right here, this side is going to be 10. So it's going to be larger, a little bit larger than this. And what we have right here, this is going to be 9. This is A. And then we'll have a side C. And I'm going to say, well, this side C can be here or here. It doesn't matter. It's just going to be larger. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put side C right here, and we'll call that 10. Okay, we'll call it 10. Now, from this point on, is I'm going to go and try to figure out what this is going to be. All right, and so what we have then is C, and so we have a side-side angle. Now, with side-side angles, there's many different types of problems you can look for, and we can actually have two different triangles, all right, two triangles, if we notice that A is less than B, but it's going to be greater than H. Remember, H is the hypotenuse. So if I draw this right here, and this is where a lot of students, when they do this, get a little confused. And so we do know that B, or in this case, C, all right, so whatever the second side is, C is going to be less than, well, is greater than A, which is 9. And let's just find out what that other value is. From here, we can take the sine of 60. That's going to equal H. Remember, this is H equals H over 10. And so we have 10 times the sine of 60. 60 degrees, if you recall, is right here. We have right equal 3, 1, and 2. The sine is going to be the square root of 3 over 2. And that question is it great or is it less than 9? Less than 9. Well, 5 square roots of 3. 3 is like 1, so yes, it is going to be less than 9. And so what we have here are actually two triangles, okay? Two triangles. So we're going to have case 1, and then we're also going to have a case 2. And you have to be aware of that, or else you're only going to get half of the problems correct. So this is what's happening. We're going to find one like so, and what we have a value right here is C. All right, and we'll call this one B, and we'll have side B right here. And so when we set this up, we're going to first use our first triangle, and we're going to say the sine of 60, all right, over 9 is going to equal the sine of C over what we know is going to be 10. And then we're going to cross multiply, so we have 10 over 9 sine of 60. And we're going to take the inverse sine of this to figure it out. And that's going to equal the measure of angle C. That's going to equal the measure of angle C. And so we can go on our calculator and figure that out. And what we have then right here is going to be the inverse sine of 10 divided by 9. And that's going to be the sine of 60 right there. Make sure you're in degrees and not radians, and you get an answer of 74.206. All right, so that's going to equal 74.206, and that is in degrees, and that's our measure of angle C. From here, we can figure out the measure of angle B, all right, by knowing a little geometry. We're going to take 180 minus 60 plus 74.206. And we can go on our calculator again. Wrong button. We go on our calculator again, and what we have then is 180. All right, minus the quantity 60 plus 74.206. And we have that right there. And we have 45.794. And then we can go over here, 45.794 degrees, and that's going to be the measure of angle B. From here, now we're going to find out what B is, and this is we're going to use the law of sine again. So we have our two angles that we're trying to do because we are trying to solve this triangle. And we have this one right here. And now we're going to find B by taking the sine of 60, all right, over 9, and that should equal the sine of our B angle, 45.794, divided by B, and now we solve for B. Cross multiply, and we have 9 times the sine of 45.794. All right, divided by sine of 60. That's going to equal B right there. And you can put that in your calculator and find out what that answer is going to be. And I'm just going to, for time's sake, not do that. All right, so we found all of our values, all right, for this first case. And this is what we call case 1. Case 1. And that's when we have this acute angle, 2 acute angles, actually 3 acute angles inside this triangle. The thing is that we could also draw this triangle. This is where case 2 comes in. And this is why it would work out this way, is that if this side right here, so this is 60 degrees, and this is 10, and now 9 is now going to come inside here. So instead of being on the outside, it's going to come to the inside and create an obtuse angle. All right, an obtuse angle there. And that's what we're going to be trying to figure out here. So we have A, this is going to be B, this is C. C is going to equal 10. All right, A equals 9. All right, and then we have B is going to equal right there. And so from here, if you recall in my previous video, to figure out the measure of this new angle C, this obtuse one, we take the measure from case 1. So we take the measure of angle C from case 1, and we realize they are supplements of each other. And we take that and we subtract it from 180 degrees, and that's going to give us our measure for angle C from case 2. And so from here, we would just simply take 74.206 degrees minus 180. All right. And what that's going to do is that's going to give us a new value, and you put that in your calculator and figure that out. But you're going to get roughly right around, okay, if we round to the 10th place, we'll have 105.79 degrees. I'll just round that to the 10th place when we're doing that, and if you round it up from there. And then from here, we know that this is the measure. So the measure of angle C for case 2 is 105.79 round to the 100th place. And that's what we have for case 2. And then from here, we had to find out the remaining portions. And so we can go through in the whole entire process again. 180 to find out B, 180 minus 60, all right, plus 106, sorry, 105, all right, 105.79, and that's going to give us our measure for angle B for case 2, all right, so this is case 2 here, so case 2, and then we go from there, that's going to equal 14.21 degrees for the measure of angle B, case 2. And then we find out the side of angle B by, once again, taking, all right, and we know B is going to equal 9 times the sine of, all right, in this case, 14.21 divided by the sine of 60. Essentially the same thing as we have over there, but we have a different angle for B, all right, I have a different angle for B. And that's going to equal approximately, all right, if you put in your calculator, 2.55 if you round to the nearest tenth. And so all of this right here is case 2. So we found a different one, all right, going through here. So case 2. And so you have to be very careful when you have side angle. You have to compare the one not opposite the angle. So in this case, it was C, and determine, do we have 2 cases or is it 1 case? Okay, or is it 1 case? If A is greater than B, or in C in this case, then we would have 1 triangle, but this is not the case here at all. All right, well, I hope this helps you out on how to solve a problem like this, and yeah, good luck and God bless the rest of the problems.